Wonderful. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Whitney Tipton, and I am the project manager at Akoya for HRSA's Do Nation campaign. We're so excited that you could be here as we begin another campaign year. And before we dive into some exciting new resources, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren Darensborg from HRSA's Division of Transplantation to kick off today's webinar. So thank you all.
All right, there we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Health Resources and Services Administration's 2025 Do Nation Campaign Launch Webinar. We are here to officially kick off the campaign, prepare you all for success, and answer any questions you might have about the year ahead. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, I'm just curious, how many of you are joining us for the first time? Feel free to type first timer in the chat, or if you're returning, type veteran. So I'm Lauren Darensborg. I'm the lead public health analyst with the Division of Transplantation in the Health Systems Bureau at HRSA. I'm thrilled to be joined by our dedicated Akoya team members, Whitney Tipton and Bree Hennessy, who's the communications consultant. As many of you know, expanding and diversifying our pool of donors allows us to help more people find the perfect match for life-saving transplants. The Do Nation campaign is a significant part of this effort. It helps us cultivate workplace cultures that support donation and encourages businesses of all kinds, including hospitals, to inspire their employees and patrons to become donors. By welcoming workplaces from every industry and focusing on outreach to underrepresented communities, Do Nation strengthens HRSA's commitment to inclusivity and diversity. We're asking each of you today to help us grow this campaign. Let's work together to sign up new organ, eye, and tissue donors by bringing more workplaces on board as partners. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. We really appreciate your ongoing support and active participation in Do Nation. In today's webinar, we'll start by celebrating your achievements in the 2024 Do Nation campaign. Then we'll showcase recognition materials that you can use to promote your campaign accomplishments. Next, we'll introduce some new and upcoming resources that we've developed to support you during this campaign year. And finally, we'll share tips on maximizing your campaign success through increased community engagement. Now, I'm excited that we get to dive into the results of the 2024 Do Nation campaign. I'm so excited to share that we had a total of 1,414 partners participate this year, who together signed up 9,818 new donors. Isn't that, it's incredible. It's more donors and more partners than we had last year. So let's give ourselves a virtual round of applause. That brings Do Nation's campaign lifetime total of donor signups to an astounding 649,217. So we're almost at the 650,000 mark. We had 42 organ procurement organizations participate in the 2024 campaign, and we're hopeful to see even more join us in 2025. We're hoping to get that number up into the 50s. OPOs, please keep an eye out for an email from your Do Nation campaign liaison. In the coming weeks, we'll be reaching out to confirm points of contact for the 2025 campaign and offer our coaching services. Also want to give a huge thank you to our rural and critical access hospital partners for continuing to provide crucial organ, eye, and tissue donation education in underserved areas. This year, we had 184 participating. Growing in this area remains an important goal for Do Nation, and we appreciate your support in achieving it. Our inaugural cohort of non-hospital partners totaled 158, representing a wide range of industries from nonprofit organizations like the YMCA to police departments and small businesses like coffee shops. The 2024 Do Nation Campaign recognition video debuted at Donate Life America's annual conference last week. A special shout out to our partners at Donate Life America for allowing us to show that video. And I'm so thankful I was able to be there to introduce it and to talk to folks who were there participating, who are also involved in the Do Nation campaign. But if you missed it, no worries. We will be uploading the video to HRSA's YouTube channel very soon, so stay tuned. Now I'm going to introduce Bree Hennessy, who's going to share our recognition materials. Bree has been instrumental in developing some of our most used resources over the past year, and we're so grateful for her commitment to Do Nation's mission. Bree, over to you.
Thank you so much, Lauren. First of all, I want to start off by reiterating Lauren's congratulations for all of our partners on another incredible campaign year. As always, we are so inspired and impressed by your dedication to expanding the donor pool, and we are definitely looking forward to a new year of the campaign and all of your successes. So, if you did not know, our 2024 recognition materials are available now in the Outreach Materials Library. These materials include branded gifts, social media graphics, screensavers, and web badges for each tier of recognition. We will also be providing a news release template for sharing your campaign achievements with local media outlets or posting on your workplace's website. We encourage you to share these materials widely to amplify your participation and celebrate your Do Nation successes. All of these materials are available in English and in Spanish. As of today, all custom recognition certificates for scorecards that were submitted this campaign year have been distributed. If you are a partner joining us today who is missing your certificate, please contact your Do Nation organization who is listed on your scorecard. If you are an OPO who is expecting additional certificates, please email donation@akoyaonline.com to let us know so that we can help. We are preparing to release the 2024 recognition roster on the Do Nation campaign webpage very soon. This resource lists all partners who submitted 2024 scorecards, and that will be organized by state and supporting donation organization. Please remember to check your inboxes for an e-blast, which will share links to the roster, the 2024 recognition video that debuted at DLA's annual conference, and other important resources as they are available. All right, switching gears, let's review some of our newest Do Nation resources. We have 2 new sets of graphics that you can share in November. First up is iDonation Month, celebrated every November. We have 4 graphics and a new animation in English and Spanish that promote awareness of iDonation. These graphics are available right now in the Do Nation campaign Facebook group under their own photo album in the media section and in the Outreach Materials Library. Don't forget that you can earn 5 points per graphic shared per platform that you share them on. So sharing multiple graphics across multiple social media platforms increases the number of points you earn on your 2025 scorecard. November is also National Native American Heritage Month. We have a new graphic for 2024 and other evergreen graphics available for download in the Outreach Materials Library right now. As a reminder, most of our social media graphics are typically shared first in the Do Nation campaign Facebook group and via e-blast. On the first day of the month of the observance, sometimes a little bit sooner, graphics are also available in the Outreach Materials Library. Some graphics, however, are only available in the Facebook group, so please be sure to join. As we celebrate these observances through the year, we want to ensure that our outreach tactics are respectful and appropriate for the audiences that we are targeting. The Diversifying Do Nation Toolkit is an excellent resource to explore when searching for DEIR best practices, talking points, and other resources compiled from organ donation organizations across the nation. This toolkit, as well as all other Do Nation resources, are available for download throughout the campaign year in the Outreach Materials Library. If you ever have any trouble finding or accessing any resources or have suggestions for resources that you would like to see us develop in the future, again, please email donation@akoyaonline.com. And next, we celebrate Donor Sabbath. Donor Sabbath is observed annually 2 weekends before Thanksgiving, and it's an occasion that brings the cause of organ, eye, and tissue donation to faith-based communities. We know that the relationship between organ donation and faith can be complex, so we've developed a Faith Leaders Guide and an informational handout that faith leaders can use to facilitate discussions at their congregations. OPOs, if you have faith-based community partners in your service area, we encourage you to share these resources widely. Donation also provides social media graphics that faith organizations can share to indicate their support for organ, eye, and tissue donation. Sharing graphics like these helps contribute towards a national culture that supports organ donation, which is our goal. All right, I think that is everything for me. So now I'm going to hand things back over to Whitney, and she is going to preview some of our other new donation resources. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bree. Thank you all again. I'm excited to present some of the upcoming resources that you'll be able to access on the Outreach Materials Library and all the other places that Bree just mentioned. So ensuring that donation resources are accessible is a priority. And so we're excited to announce that we're going to be offering even more Spanish language resources in the coming year. So in addition to our social media graphic suites, some of which you just saw, other donation campaign materials, including the toolkits, the Pathway to Recognition worksheets, the 2025 scorecard, email, newsletter templates, and FAQ sheets will all soon be available in Spanish as well. The Diversifying Donation Toolkit is also already available in Spanish, and it's a great resource for those who are working to expand their outreach in their communities. We're also very aware of everyone coming back to join one another both in person and online. And both of these scenarios are really valuable opportunities to share more information with your workplaces, at community events, or through your email lists or social media. And so we want to make sure that you have the resources for both online and in-person events as the needs of your organizations change. So to address this need, we're going to have the donation rack card. It'll be available in both print and digital formats. And so rack cards are smaller vertical cards that emphasize key information about an organization or a cause. And so the print donation of the rack card will include the QR codes. So scanning those will take people who scan them directly to the options to enroll in donation or learn more about organ, eye, and tissue donation. And then the digital version will include the hyperlinks. And so because of their smaller size, rack cards are really great for printing, lower cost to print, and using at tabling events or conferences. And so as you move back to going to even more in-person events, these can be really great leave behinds or display items, and they also work really well as mailers. And so be on the lookout for an announcement about when those items are available. We also have a new 2-pager. This was something that we created at the request of our partners who said they needed something more general, an FAQ, in order to share more general information. And so we've developed an organ donation 2-pager. And unlike other donation resources that are focused on signing up workplaces, this is more of an informational resource for the public. So we heard a lot from partners last year, especially many workplaces, non-hospital workplaces, that need more general donation information before diving right into trying to sign up donors. And so we wanted to provide that. The 2-pager can be printed or shared online, and it helps to dispel myths by providing frequently asked questions about organ, eye, and tissue donation, and discusses why diversifying the donor pool is so important. And so this resource will be available soon in the Outreach Materials Library and via eBlast, so be on the lookout. Be sure you're signed up for our eBlast and email donation@akoyaonline.com if you're not and you would like to be. And so before I move into some tips and recommendations for the 2025 campaign year, can we answer any questions about 2024 or the new resources that we have forthcoming. And Bree is going to be monitoring the chat, and I'll pull that up as well. So if you have any questions right now, please go ahead and share those in the chat.
I see something has come into the chat, Whitney. And the question is, do you have a general letter of recruitment for workplace partners?
Oh, so we have some email templates and other documents that you can customize. I believe if you are on the Outreach Materials Library and you control search email template, that should come up. But always, if you need help customizing or working on that language, you can always reach out to me or Bree. Just another minute or so. Thank you for your questions. Okay, I'll jump back in. Bree will remain looking at the chat just to answer any questions while I keep us rolling. So next, we're going to be jumping into some of our tips for exploring the depths of donation. So going over tips for success in the 2025 campaign. Thank you for your questions, and thank you to Bree and Lauren for monitoring and supporting everyone participating in the chat. So we're excited to share some new and updated tips for success in the campaign this year. And so these recommendations are really based on the feedback we've received from OPOs, our non-hospital partners, and the donation planning committee. If you have a tip about something that worked really well for your organization during your campaign last year, share it with us so we can feature your organization in future materials. And so some of our key tips, we'll go through the 4 most important. First is just setting goals. When we start a new year, we have so many things we want to do, and really narrowing down on those goals can be really helpful. So we encourage all donation partners and OPOs to set their goals early in the campaign year. And there are 3 main areas that we recommend setting those goals. And so first, we recommend setting a donor sign-up goal. Setting a donor sign-up goal is really important. You can really target the number that you think is appropriate for your organization and your schedule of activities. The second goal is to set the recognition level. And so for the donation campaign, as you know, we have multiple recognition levels available. If you started a little bit late or your organization's going through some changes, maybe you will try to reach silver. Maybe that's the appropriate target instead of striving straight for platinum. If you are going for a year-long campaign, we encourage you to go straight for gold or platinum. But don't leave your recognition level to chance. You can plan your path to achievement, and we have a pathway to recognition worksheet, and those have been updated to reflect the 2025 scorecard. And we provide 2 versions of that worksheet. So one for non-hospital workplaces and one specifically for hospitals. So one thing we also want to mention is that even if these worksheets don't quite align specifically with your workplace's desired activities, we really recommend crafting your own pathway to recognition and reaching out to us, because we can help you figure out where those activities that you're already doing or would like to do could fit and translate directly to those scorecard points. Those scorecard points are a guideline, and we know you have your own activities and we're all very busy. So we want you to earn points for those efforts too. And so finally, we want to make sure that we're setting a goal for partner enrollments. I think we got a question about partner enrollments just a moment ago, but setting a goal for partner enrollments is really good. Those are the folks that you're reaching out to. And you get 30 points for every letter that you send requesting folks to join DoNation. And so planning ahead with those activities can be really helpful. Once your campaign goals are set, you can make a schedule of activities. And once our campaign starts, which we started on October 1st, scorecards are accepted on a rolling basis. So that means the length of the campaign can be as long as you need or as short. So maybe you haven't gotten started yet. That's totally fine. Maybe you're waiting for some new year energy. That's great. You can start on a rolling basis. When deciding which activities to conduct from the DoNation scorecard, remember to collaborate. You can start by sending a letter from the CEO or other leader of your organization to all staff, recommending and announcing your participation in the DoNation campaign. And aside from earning 25 scorecard points for that, this announcement coming from a leader can make the campaign and activities more enticing. You could also try hosting a kickoff event, which will earn you 50 points on your scorecard. And this can be as simple as setting some time to discuss what DoNation participation will look like for you in your workplace. It could be a brainstorming session, or it could be a full introduction to the DoNation campaign using the PowerPoint template that's available in the Outreach Materials Library. So we have a lot of resources available to help you prepare for these events, either already scheduled or that you're planning to schedule. After you've kicked off your event, we encourage you to talk to your coworkers who seem really engaged. Lead different scorecard activities, sharing social media graphics, maybe one per month on your workplace's social media platforms, or organizing larger events like our Give 5, Save Lives challenge. You can also do an organ donor honor walk or a tabling event, and we're happy to help you plan those events and talk through some of the logistics if that is something that you're interested in. We also want to remind everyone that DoNation campaign experts are available throughout the campaign year to support you and your campaign. So you can schedule a coaching call. I know Bree's already got a few on the books before Thanksgiving, and I have several in December, so we're available. Schedule a coaching call to strategize a plan, get feedback on your campaign materials, learn about what other partners are doing, or get answers to just general questions. And so if you just need 10 minutes, that's great. You can book us, we'll be reaching out. But if you need a more involved session, that's fine too, and we're available via video meeting or a phone call. You can also email donation@akoyaonline.com to reach out, or email me or Bree directly. Next, make sure you're part of our email list. So in addition to the monthly graphics and the messaging for social media, we also provide tips, suggestions, announcements, and important event reminders. So if you aren't receiving our e-blast, you can, again, sign up to receive them by emailing donation@akoyaonline.com. And also, webinars, just like this one, are a key source of information. We hold webinars throughout the campaign year. This year, we have webinars scheduled for December, March, June, and July. So be sure to check your email and the campaign Facebook group for webinar invitations and information. And finally, join the Donation Campaign Facebook group. Bree does an amazing job keeping it updated and engaging and answering questions. And this group is home to shareable social media graphics, reminders, key dates, and suggestions to earn scorecard points. We also have special guidance that we share throughout the year based on HRSA grant bulletins. The group also has a chat feature, and so you can use that to ask questions or ask for advice from other partners as well as donation campaign experts. And so please don't miss out on the network of organ donation professionals that our group hosts. All right, and finally, get creative. So you might have noticed that the 2025 scorecard awards 25 points for conducting your own activity. Sometimes our partners have ideas for events that aren't listed on the scorecard, or maybe they're completing activities for work already that they don't believe that they can earn points for. We encourage all the partners to be imaginative when participating in donation. Our scorecard is not a one-size-fits-all document. I mean, we are spread all across the country in many different types of organizations. And so any effort, big or small, to expand and diversify the donor pool deserves recognition. And so in the past, our partners have earned points for honoring organ donors through gardening and art projects, baking and decorating desserts in blue and green for Donate Life Month, running donation photo contests, and so much more. You can conduct up to 4 original activities for 25 points each, and also repeat them as many times as you wish for 25 points more each time. The campaign year upcoming, we're also awarding scorecard points for photo submissions of donation events. Submitting photos is a really easy way to ensure your workplace can earn up to 100 points. And those 100 points could be the difference between silver and gold or gold and platinum recognition. So if you have an event and you take photos with our donation campaign materials or other activities, email those campaign photos to donation@akoyaonline.com. And again, we're so excited to kick off another campaign year. We wanted to reserve a few moments again for any questions in the chat. So please don't be shy. We're going to turn it back over to the chat and answer any final questions about goal setting or the resources or anything that came to mind while we were going through today's webinar. Oh, yes, thank you. Marley just mentioned, we also encourage you to share photos in the Donation Campaign Facebook group. I know we get a lot of emails, so if that is the best way to do it for you, we really support that. And Bree has put the 2025 scorecard in the chat if you haven't seen it, or you're curious about different types of activities that might align with what your organization is already doing, go ahead and head over to that document. Oh, thank you. Mhm. Okay. If there are no more questions, I'm going to turn it back over to Lawrence for some final reminders.
Thank you, Whitney. And thank you to all of our donation partners, new and old, for your joining us here today. We appreciate your hard work in last year's campaign, but also the work and support that you'll do for this year's campaign. We encourage you to celebrate your achievements and share them widely using the donation recognition materials that are available on our outreach materials library. And we'd like to wish you all good luck to all donation partners, OPOs, Donate Life America state teams as you embark on this next campaign year. We can't wait to see how many new organ, eye, and tissue donors will sign up through the 2025 donation campaign. If you guys have any goals you'd like to share in the chat with us that you'll be setting for your organization in the 2025 campaign, please do. Sharing your goals might inspire others, especially some of the new folks that we have joining us today. So feel free to share any goals that you're setting for your organization's donation campaign in the chat. If you have any questions about HRSA and organdonor.gov, you can always email donation@hrsa.gov. And if you have particular questions about the donation campaign, please email donation@akoyaonline.com. OPOs are always welcome to contact their donation campaign liaisons, Whitney or Bree, directly by phone or email. And if you haven't already, please encourage your OPO to join the donation campaign Facebook group. This ensures your social media manager can access donation campaign graphics, materials, and messaging. On behalf of HRSA, thank you all for taking the time to join us today and for your dedication as donation partners. We wish you all success in this year's campaign. Thank you.